Hello everyone. Let me just check if I'm live here today. Just a second. So today I'll be discussing, in this session, so I'll be discussing about the X-linked inheritance. Okay. So let's have a look at the different associated diseases. And yes, hello Brown, hello Study. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm live here, right? Just a second, I think it is loading still. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's get started. So before I start, let me introduce myself. I'm Vani Kari, biology educator at Unacademy. I'm an engineer with bachelor's and master's degree in biotechnology and a B.Ed degree. Also a founder of a startup where I grow microgreens by vertical farming technology. So join with us on Telegram, so that is for homework and class notes. You can join the channel Vani Kari ICSE class 9 and 10 biology and the Telegram channel of Unacademy ICSE and ISC both. So this link you can find in the description box. So go to the description box and click on the link and you can join in this channel. Okay, so that is for again updates regarding the classes and any new notes that you need, you can answer there. And we also conduct special classes on the platform which are absolutely free. Okay, so you can learn from your favorite educator for free. Alright, because here in special classes we'll be conducting a theme-based sessions where you can watch these sessions for free, but here only a certain percentage of topics will be covered where you can engage with the educator via poll and also you can clear your doubt in the live special classes. Now for the top special classes you can visit the link in the description. So this is about the plus classes which are conducted where 100% syllabus coverage will be done. Okay, so you can learn live from the comfort of your home. You will have access to all the courses. Then top educators of India are going to take the classes in one platform, so that is Unacademy platform. Then there is regular doubt clearing session that will be conducted. So after about every 3 sessions, the 4th session will be our doubt clearing session. So whatever doubts you have related to the topics that are previously covered, so you can clear your doubt in the doubt clearing session. Then 100% syllabus coverage is done. Mentorship and guidance is given. Just a second, let me just check this. Yeah. Okay. So mentorship and guidance will be given. Study material that we are uploading, so that will be in the form of a PDF which you can download from the respective class which is taken. Okay, so study material can be taken and also practice tests can be conducted. Live test series are conducted and you will have access to English batch. You will have access to English batch as well. So once you take the subscription, so you will have access to all of this, and depending on your comfort you can go for any of these batches. And also there is a daily practice section. Weekly mock test series are conducted, live quizzes are conducted, and daily MCQ and subjective test series will also be there. So this is the offer which is going on right now for class 9 as well as for class 10 learners. So final call to save big with Unacademy Unlock, where you can save up to 41%. So avail the unlock offer and a free subscription of up to 6 months. So you can have a look at this. If you are taking a subscription for 24 months, so you can get a free extension of up to 6 months, and the current price for 24 months is 33,063. With this the total value is 44,563. And what you are paying with this particular offer is that you are just paying 26,450, and the amount that you are going to save is 18,113. So that is 41%, up to 41% you can save. So you can also try for 12 months where you will get 3 months extension, and this is basically 19,838, and what you are paying, so it is 15,870, and this is the amount that you will be saving. So you can even try with 6 months of subscription. For 6 months you will be getting 1 month, and here it is 11,500 is the current price, but what you will be paying is 9,200, where you are going to save up to 3,678. So if you are planning to take the subscription, so you can use my code VaniYT. Okay, this is the code where you will be getting a discount on this particular code, and any queries that you have, so you can use this particular number, and you can call this particular number for queries related to this particular offer. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the X-linked inheritance. So let's see what exactly it is. Any idea what is X-linked inheritance? Any of you? Just a second, let me check. Okay, so let's see this. So now when we mention about the genetic disorder, so what exactly are these genetic disorders? Okay, anybody who has idea about what exactly are these genetic disorders? When do we say genetic disorder? So you know, the therapy, there is no cure as such, but yes, there is a gene therapy that is available. So let's have a look at this. So for this, control can be done. Okay, so there we can control the disorder, but yes, there is no cure. Okay, so there is no cure, so this can be considered. And other than that, if we have to mention, so there is one particular way where you know they can go for gene therapy. All right, but gene therapy is basically altering the gene. Okay, so alteration of gene can be done, but this is costly process, so it is time consuming, and these are diseases which will pass, so pass from generation to generation. So these disorders pass from I'm really sorry, so generation to generation. Okay, and genetic disorders, so like we said, so control can be done with respect to tablets. So gene therapy, when we mention, so whatever faulty gene is it, so that faulty gene is replaced by a good gene, I mean a fully functional gene, so that we can stop this particular disorder in the present generation. Also you know, we can prevent it for the future generation also. So that way it is anyway promising. Just a second, let me drink some water. Yeah, so that way this is anyway promising. But if we have to check out like what exactly is the like therapy, whether it is gonna work, whether a particular solution is available for all the different types of genetic disorder, because genetic disorder many more are there. So there are Mendelian disorders that you will be studying in higher classes, where you will study about the chromosomal abnormalities, and you know, the sex-linked disorders also you'll be studying. So in today's class we'll be discussing about the sex-linked disorder. So these genetic disorders are illness which are caused by abnormalities in the chromosome. So what is that abnormality? Anybody? So what exactly is the abnormality that we can mention? So abnormality in the chromosome, when we mention, So this is basically, just a second. Yeah, so this is basically, structural differences you can find. So let's say this is a chromosome. Now part of the chromosome is gone, okay, or there is, let's say, another chromosome is there and a part of chromosome is extra added here. So some differences you can find. So let's say pair of chromosomes should exist, but one of the chromosome is completely absent there, okay. So in all these conditions, so that we call as the abnormality with respect to chromosome. It can be only with respect to chromosomal abnormality, or there can be genetic, like the DNA which is contained in here. So there might be certain mutation. So that mutation in DNA can also cause the genetic abnormality or the genetic disorder. Okay, so there are autosomal and sex-linked disorders that you can find. Just a second. Yeah, so there are autosomal and sex-linked disorders, which is depending on the chromosome related to the disorders here. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So that is sex-linked inheritance. So what exactly is sex-linked or X-linked inheritance? So this does not fit in Mendel's law of inheritance, because there is a mutation which is gonna occur and it might not be following. So there is no, like there is particular dominant allele, recessive allele which is still found, but this sex-linked disorder is always located on a recessive gene. So if an individual has to get a disease, the allele is actually on the recessive, the faulty gene is actually on the recessive type, and males and females have different sex chromosome, and that's the reason these are basically sex related disorders or the sex linked inheritance. Okay, so sex related disorder does not mean it is sexually transmitted one. So it is basically what we can mention. So it is due to the gene itself. So there is a particular disorder that one would get. So sex linked traits usually relate to genes on the X chromosome. So there are Y linked also. So there are Y-linked disorders also. So what are those Y-linked disorders here? So when we mention Y-linked disorders, so these are not Y-linked disorder. Instead, we can say Y-linked inheritance. Okay. So there is a particular term which can be said. So that is Y-linked inheritance, which is again associated with, we can mention this to be ear trichosis. Okay, so there is a condition which we call as ear trichosis and baldness. Okay, so this is also associated with the Y-linked inheritance itself. But under X-linked inheritance, we'll be studying hemophilia. Okay, so there is hemophilia that we will be studying in detail in today's session, and also about the color blindness. Okay, so there is a color blindness and there is hemophilia that we are going to study. So many sex-linked disorders are connected to recessive genes, for example hemophilia and color blindness. So let's have a look at the hemophilia now. So yeah, I think this is working fine and I feel there is okay. So hemophilia or bleeder's disease. So this is having a defective blood coagulation where the patient is gonna bleed continuously. So what is the meaning of that? So there are cascades of clotting factors. Okay, so there are cascades of clotting factors which are going to play a role. So what is that role? So the cascades of clotting factors that are playing a role in formation of clot. Okay, so clot formation is not just depending on one particular clotting factor, but there are many more. Cascade is basically series. Okay, so you can find series of clotting factors will play a prominent role in formation of clot there. Okay, so if one of the clotting factor is absent, okay, so even if one of the clotting factor, so we can just write the clotting factor to be CF. Okay, so this also can be used. So if one of the clotting factor is absent, so what is going to happen? The clot formation will remain incomplete, right? So there is no formation of clot, so clot formation is gonna remain incomplete. And what is the meaning of that? So that means there is no clot formation, and that is because of absence of one of the gene which is coding for one of the clotting factor. So now you know, as the gene is faulty gene, so this is not forming one of the clotting factor, and thus so there is no clot formation occurring. So in that case it will lead to absence of clotting, so which will, if there is any small cut also, so they will continuously bleed. Okay, so there is a continuous bleedings, and that's the reason hemophilia can also be called as a bleeder's disease, which is having a defective blood coagulation where the patient is going to bleed continuously. So with respect to that, a single protein involved in blood clotting within a cascade of protein is affected. That means there are too many clotting factors will be there, but even if one clotting factor is not formed, so then there is no clot formation. Okay, so this one is a sex-linked recessive. I was just highlighting previously, it is a recessive condition, a sex-linked one. Why we are saying sex-linked? Because the gene for formation of clotting factor is located on the X chromosome. Okay, and since the gene is the faulty gene, okay, so the gene which is coding for this particular clotting factor is the faulty gene, and thus you can see that the unaffected carrier female to male offspring. So you can see that this is being transferred. So we'll discuss some case studies. Okay, so the defective gene is located on which chromosome? It is located on the X chromosome of the mother, so which is passed on to her sons. If it is located on the father's X chromosome, so this is going to be passed on to his daughters. So here one case study is given, so we will have a look at what exactly is this. And out of the 4 offsprings which are produced, so one is going to be affected. So here they have taken a carrier mother and the normal son. So let's put up Punnett square for this. So let's say a carrier woman, okay, or a carrier mother is gonna marry a normal female, normal male. Okay, so this is for a normal male, so this is gonna be a father. So we are going to discuss about the probability of child having a disease here. So this one is carrier mother, so we will be writing it as X naught X, and the normal father is there, so we will be writing the normal father as X and Y. Okay, so let's do the crossing. So this is basically marriage. Alright, so let's put up a Punnett square for this. So now X naught X and here XY is here. So when we do the crossing for this, so let's have a look at this. So this is going to be X naught X, this is going to be XX, this is going to be X naught Y, and this is going to be XY. So what is the meaning of this? So you can have a look at this. So this is a carrier daughter, so these are basically daughters on the side, and these two are daughters here, and here what you see, okay, so this one is basically son. Okay, So these two are son. So now with respect to that we can say, so this is a carrier now, this is a normal daughter, this one is a normal son, but one individual who's that, so he is an affected son. So this is having a disease. So this one is again a carrier itself. So that means, so you can have a look at this. Hi Suman, good evening. So here in this case what has happened, the carrier is there. So since one of the mother's chromosome has been passed on to one of her daughter, so you can see she is not anyway affected, but she is just a carrier. So how do we represent a carrier? So now this is the normal female, this is the normal male. Okay, so this is what? This is normal male, sorry, this is normal female, and below which is there, so this is normal female. Okay, so this one is, what am I writing? Okay, so this is normal male. And when we have to say diseased, or you know, the one who is carrying a particular disease, so let's say this is a female now, where both of the chromosomes are faulty. So this is an affected female. So this is what? This is affected female. And let's say X naught Y is there. So this is going to be a affected male. Okay. And if we have to mention about the carrier, so this is X naught X. So this is just a carrier because both the chromosomes are not affected. Only one chromosome is affected. So this is a carrier. एक बार और बता देना. Yes, I'll explain this again. Just a second. So let's have a look at this. So now you know, one second. Yeah. So let's have a look at this. So this is what? This is normal female. Okay. So this is who? This is normal female because there is no faulty chromosome. Okay. So this individual is the normal female. And this individual is normal male without any disorders. Okay, this is normal male. And now if we have to mention a particular male is having a disease, so there is a disease, and this disease is basically in case of a male, so we can just represent it as the X chromosome is at the fault. So we can just mention it like this. So this is having, this male is having a disease. And in another case, let's say this is a female now. So this female is having a disease. So it can be hemophilia, it can be color blindness. So this is a female. Now for carrier, there is no carrier in case of male. So if a daughter is, like you know, if a female is there and she is a carrier, only one of the chromosome is having a faulty gene. So that we will represent as a carrier, and this is going to be a female. Is that clear, Suman? Right, so why are we saying it like this? So now you know this is not X naught Y and X naught is given here. So why are we writing a naught onto that? Like you know, why are we writing a 0 onto that? So this is basically to indicate the X chromosome is a faulty chromosome. That means it is having a bad gene which can cause a disease. And here in this case what is happening? Even though it is having one of the faulty chromosome, but there is a normal working chromosome is present, and that's the reason the carrier does not have any symptoms. So there are no symptoms over here, but when she gets married, she is going to pass on her disease to the son there. Okay, and that's the reason we can mention as a carrier. She is not having any disease symptom, but when she gets married, she can pass her disease to her sons or to her daughters. So depending on a condition, so in that case we can just call this to be a carrier because she is perfectly normal. Just the thing is that she can pass her disease to the son. Okay, so here this particular chromosome is a faulty chromosome, this is a faulty chromosome, and this is a faulty chromosome, and this is a faulty chromosome. So that means this is, the faulty chromosome is related to only X chromosome, and hence we call this as the X-linked inheritance. So faulty chromosome is not the Y chromosome. If the faulty chromosome is Y chromosome, so then we call this as a Y-linked inheritance, which can cause ear trichosis, and it can also cause a baldness in people. So that is in males especially. Okay, so hemophilia, let's have a look at this. So a female hemophilia patient, so this is an extremely rare occurrence. So why do we say that the females are getting very less hemophilia condition as compared to the male? That is because the female is having two X chromosomes. Okay, so this is one X chromosome and this is one X chromosome. Even if one of the X chromosome is affected, so this is gonna be acting as a recessive chromosome, whereas the normal chromosome is going to dominate the action of the recessive. So this one is not expressed, only the dominant one, that is normal functioning one, is going to express itself, and hence you can see that basically this is expressing itself, and that is why this individual or this female is going to be normal. Alright, so only when a defective gene is present, so that is when you can see the expression is always in a homologous condition. So let's say this is there, so this is a homologous condition. So expression of a gene you can see always in a homologous condition, and in other cases, so let's say this is now a heterologous condition, because the male is not having homozygosity, so it is a heterozygous condition, and hence so they are going to work independently. X chromosome is going to express itself, Y chromosome is going to express itself, and that's the reason so this will be expressing it on its own. Okay, so if the father is hemophilia, the mother is a carrier, the female offspring will not have a disease, because here the females will just suffer from hemophilia only in a homozygous condition. That means only if both the chromosomes are affected, then only a disease condition can be seen. So Queen Victoria, a carrier of hemophilia, has many hemophiliac individuals in the family pedigree. So these king family, royal families, what they do is, so they marry within their relatives. Okay, so that is to keep the property to themselves, so they don't want it to be distributed among people, and with respect to that they are actually spreading the disease within the family by marrying their relatives. Okay, and that's the reason in the family pedigree you can find a lot of hemophiliac individual, because there is a faulty gene which can carry within themselves, and that's the reason. So Queen Victoria, a carrier of hemophilia, so she is having a hemophiliac individuals in the family pedigree, and that's the reason this is also called as a royal disease. Why exactly hemophilia is called as a royal disease? Because it was detected in the Victoria's family. Okay, and since they marry within their relatives itself, so what exactly happens? So the recessive genes are coming together and they are expressing, and the children, when they get married, so the children are going to have a diseased condition here. So this is with respect to color blindness, a disease where the patient cannot discriminate between red and green color. So this one is a sex-linked disease which can cause defect in the red and green cone of the eye. So red and green cone of the eye, which will differentiate between red color and green color are not well formed. So it is due to a recessive gene which is again present on the X chromosome, and that affects male but again carried by the female. Okay, so a male patient will have XCY inheriting the defective chromosome from his mother. The females are less likely to have the disease since they have two of the X chromosome. If one is not working, the other one is going to work totally fine, and that's the reason. So they'll be just carrier, but they are not going to have any symptom if this is the condition. Okay, if this is the condition, yes, they do have the symptom. So healthy chromosome will dominate over the defective recessive chromosome there. So let's have a look at this. Did you know this is with respect to Mark Twain, John Dalton were both colorblind. John Dalton had even done an extensive research to understand his condition. From the entertainment industry, Christopher Nolan, filmmaker, and Keanu Reeves actor are also colorblind. The owner of Facebook, that is Mark Zuckerberg, and the ex-president of the US, Bill Clinton, are both known celebrities with the color blindness. Okay, so let's have a look at the summary of this. Genetic disorders are caused by, one second. Yeah, so genetic disorders are caused by what? That is disturbance in the chromosomes, and these are basically, you can find Mendelian disorders, and there are chromosomal disorder. Okay, so some of the genetic disorders are autosomal, which you can find up to 22 pairs, and some of the other are sex linked, that is the last one pair which is there, so that is the sex linked one. So sex linked traits are different in males because the male is having XY and the females is having X and X. So since their X chromosomes are different, so hemophilia, a bleeder's disease, which can even be called as a royal disease, with defective blood coagulation is passed to males, that is from the mother. The color blindness is another genetic disorder affecting males, so which can be passed through defective gene from the mother again. So since both of genes are recessive, okay, so they are going to express themselves in the homozygous condition. So if it is a heterozygous condition, in case of a female, so this does not occur, but anyway the female is having homozygous condition, but both of the genes should be faulty. Okay, in case of male it is anyway heterozygous condition itself because there is X and Y. But even since the disease for hemophilia or color blindness is located on X chromosome, even if one X chromosome which is present in male is affected, so this male is going to have a disease for sure because there is no another X chromosome to dominate the action of the faulty X chromosome, and that's the reason this male is going to have a disease for sure even if one X chromosome is affected. And that's the reason you can find hemophilia and color blindness more in case of male as compared to female because they do not have two X chromosome, only one X chromosome is present in male. So even if one X chromosome is affected, so it is going to express itself and that individual is going to have a disease. In case of female, two X chromosomes are there, one is affected, the other normal X chromosome is going to dominate the action of this faulty chromosome, and that's the reason. So this female will not have a disease. Only if both the X chromosomes are affected, then only there can be a disease condition. So since both these are recessive gene on X chromosome, they are unlikely to affect females. So now females are only carriers of the defective gene. Yes, let's have a look at this. Name the inheritance pattern shown by hemophilia and color blindness. Yes, anybody? What is the inheritance pattern shown? So the inheritance pattern shown by hemophilia and color blindness is the crisscross inheritance pattern. So both these sex-linked recessive Mendelian disorders are transmitted from father to daughter and mother to son. So if a father is affected, the daughter is going to have a condition, okay, and if the mother is having a disorder, so in that case it is a son is going to have a disorder, and hence we call this as the crisscross inheritance. Alright, so before I end this session, let me just say about the batches that we have. So this one is a gladiators batch where the revision is going on right now, and is a all subject batch where maths, physics, chemistry and bio will be covered. So if you are subscribing for class 10, so you will be getting class 11 and 12 subscription absolutely free, and the start date of this particular batch is 4th of August, and the mode of delivery is English here. Alright, so now final call to save big with Unacademy Unlock, where you can save up to 41%. Avail the unlock offer and a free subscription for up to 6 months on for ICSE class 9 and 10. So this offer is extended till 31st July. Like duration, let's say you are taking for 24 months, so extra 6 months you will be getting. So this is the current price, this is the total value, both of this together, and what exactly you are paying, and this is the amount you will be saving. So same with respect to 12 months. So you can go for 12 months of subscription where you will get extra 3 months of subscription, and the current price is this one for 12 months, but the total value is 23,000, where you are just paying 15,000, and the amount that you will be saving is 8,101. So same way 6 months plus 1 month. Okay, so the total amount that you are paying is the 9,200, where you will be saving up to 3,670. So if you are planning to buy the subscription, so you can go ahead with this particular code, that is Vani YT, to get discount on the subscription. So you will, this offer is applicable only if you use the code, so don't forget to mention the code there. And any queries that you have, so you can call on this number, that is 8585858585, for any guidance or inquiries regarding this particular offer. Alright, so introducing community, so never miss on any update from your favorite educator. So you can get session notes and practice material here. You can also share your feedback directly with the educator via poll. So check out the link to the educator community below. Alright. Also we have a Bucks Bounty. So this is opportunity for all learners to report any inappropriate content in the video. So be the first one to report a particular issue to claim your prize. Report any inappropriate content using the form in the description, and community link, Bucks Bounty link, some of the special class link, Unacademy ICSE and ISC both this channel link. So you can find it in the description. So go to the description, click on the following links, and you can basically join in these for updates again or for doubt clearings. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Any doubts that you have, so you can join my Telegram as well, that is Vani Kari ICSE class 9 and 10 biology. You can search on Telegram and can join. So thank you all, see you all in the next session. Subscribe to our channel, that is Unacademy ICSE and ISC both. Click on bell icon to get notified about the session. Like and share the video and download the Unacademy Learners app now. So this PDF you can find it in the on the community or on my Telegram. So you can download it there. Okay, or if it is not sent, you can just ping me on my Telegram or on the community, so I'll be sending it there. Okay, all right then, so see you all in the next session. Bye bye everyone. Thank you all, take care. And any doubts that you have, yes, you can ask it on the Telegram. Okay, so see you all in the next session.